Alright, we're going to roll through a 30 frame per second video here, about 30 seconds long, of Saturn. And this is a cell phone being held over the telescope. This is a 20mm eyepiece on 1400 millimeters, or 20mm on a 1200mm Newtonian. Rolling through here looking for the sharpest frames. We haven't done any type of stacking or processing. We're just rolling almost frame for frame, seeing what we get. And I know the video wasn't very good. The eyepiece showed it great. See if anything comes back into focus here. I was struggling, fighting as it was headed for the horizon. I just couldn't get on it quick enough. And I couldn't get the phone mount. Let's see if we catch anything. Oh, there's a... I mean, it wanted to come in focus. And again, in the eyepiece, it was great. I mean, you could see the separation in the bands, or the rings, the inner rings and the outer rings. You could see the separation between the rings and the planet. You could see a slight bit of banding in color. Now, I was looking at it from 5:40 a.m. until, yeah, I think we're going to lose it completely there. Until about 6:10, when it started getting real close to the trees and was dropping quickly on me. Yeah, so that's it for that one. I think we might have some there. It was trying to come back into focus up there at the corner. We can pull that down. And you can see it. Yeah, just not quite. I just couldn't get it in focus, and I didn't have enough time to grab the phone mount or put a astrophotography camera in place. Didn't have enough time to get the big scope out. I mean, lucky imaging with some processing might pull out something useful here. I'll switch over to a picture here in a second. I mean, you can see it's there. Man. And after the storms all night and the cloud cover that was there at midnight, I gave up. There it really tried to come in focus. I gave up setting up the big stuff. Because I thought, yeah, there's no way it's going to be clear. I wanted to film it around midnight, but just wasn't going to have it. And yeah, so now we're off, and I think that's the... Let's see here. Yeah, so there was I captured this one out of that review. Yeah, it's not the greatest either. And there was one frame, and I think after some post-processing we'll be able to see it, but it was there. In the eyepiece again, quite clear. That's the scope. That's how bright it was out to be able to capture that. Caught it just before the sun really cracked over the horizon, so that I could actually see the star, or see the planet, and it was shining like a star in the morning sky. Imagine looking up and seeing a star that you're like, man, how is that star sticking out in the daylight? All the other stars have been washed out. And that's usually because it's Saturn or Mars. Occasionally it's Jupiter. But that's the scope. This was a couple dollars at a thrift shop. Jump back over here and see if we can't There's one of the moons with it. So things like Saturn and Jupiter have lots of moons. Yeah, so that one didn't net anything. I don't know which one it was that I grabbed that screenshot from. Ah, come on. Yeah. I mean, it's probably that one. There you go. In some post-processing, we'll take some of the blur out, try to get it to come in. I don't know if it will or not, but get that to pause. Yeah, it wasn't that one. I'm trying to do this on my phone. It's hard to catch that one frame. We're gonna catch that one. And we were shooting 30 frames per second. It would have been nicer to have a little bit more setup and do about 120, but hey, get what you can get. So that was Saturn this morning, about 5:40 to about 6:15, and it was actually high in the sky and clear-ish occasionally as the morning went on from about midnight on, but there was a lot of clouds to shoot through.